And this bag is filled to the brim. This is one of the bags that I featured in a recent video where I shared 5 mid-luxury French handbag brands to get to know. And this is the Archduchess bag from Meniere Paris. This is a brand that's been around from the 1700s, you guys. And I got a lot of requests for a more in-depth review as to what fits inside this bag, along with mod shots. So I put a lot of different items in here just to show you a variety of what fits. And I'm going to also share mod shots and other details like size, length of the chain here, how it's worn, and hopefully it will be helpful. So here's what it looks like. It's got 2 magnets for a really secure closure. Inside of the flap is all calf leather lined. This is all calf leather quilting here. I'll also compare this with some of my Chanel bags and other bags for size reference. And then it's got compartments. So it's like a leather version of the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis if you like compartments, but it's quilted, so it's got very Chanel vibes as well. So it's a nice kind of balance. So let me just show you first this little cutie here, because this video is brought to you by Dossier. Dossier is a brand that I've been partnering with for the last couple of years because I am genuinely a true fan of this brand. They make all non-toxic, cruelty-free fragrances. Some of them are inspired by more well-known designer fragrances, and some of them are originals. This Ambery Saffron is a little small travel size that came with the Discovery set. This one right here that I showed in an older video, as you can see, so many different samples, really fun if you don't know which scent you like, or if you want to experiment with different scents, or if you are looking for a gift for someone and you don't know exactly what their scent profile is. I also gifted a set like this to my mom, so she's having fun with it. So this is the Ambery Saffron. It's my all-time favorite because it is very much inspired by my favorite signature scent, Baccarat Rouge 540, except this is hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and this right here is much more reasonable at under $50. Recently, Dossier introduced a home scents collection, and I was so excited to see this because this is the Ambery Saffron diffuser. It's the room diffuser, and I'm a huge fan of diffusers in our living room and our bathrooms, and this is going to smell so good. It's also a great gift item the way it comes packaged. The holidays are right around the corner. This is one of my older room diffusers that I've been using. This is the Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede. This was a gift from my friends, and I was so excited because I saw that on the Dossier website. They now have a very similar fragrance called Floral Berries, and you're going to get this at a fraction of the cost of the Jo Malone fragrance. You can see here it tells you all the different notes that are made up in the scent, and it says inspired by Jo Malone, Peony and Blush Suede. I love that Dossier uses non-toxic ingredients. I also love their transparency around their quality. All of their formulas are made in their lab in France. And I also love how they've really expanded their originals collection, where these are not inspired by other existing fragrances, but these are all fresh originals that they came up with, unique. And I love this one here. Actually, out of all the ones that I just got, this one is probably getting me the most excited. It's the Ginger and Grapefruit Zing. It smells so fresh. Let's see here. It says lively, effervescent ginger blends naturally with zesty grapefruit, supported by fiery pink pepper and refreshing lime. This definitely smells like that. Very much a punch, very fresh, very lively, and I just feel like it's a very happy, uplifting scent. And last but not least, Dossier also sent me this one here, Citrus Matcha, which I'm really excited about. This is inspired by Labo Matcha 26. I'm a huge matcha fan in general, but I've never had a fragrance that had matcha notes in it, like matcha tea. So this is going to be really cool to try out. So I feel like Dossier really offers a lot of variety at affordable prices. This is true affordable luxury, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what it says on the label on the bottle of your perfume. What really matters is how you smell and how you feel after you spray your perfume, right? So I love this concept. All right, so speaking of affordable luxury, Meniere Paris is definitely one of those brands that are mid-luxury, have really amazing heritage and history behind the brand, and also the craftsmanship is beautiful, but the prices are much more reasonable compared to the more mainstream corporate high-end luxury brands. So let's see what else is in here. I do apologize if you hear the background noise. Some construction and drilling has started outside my window, but I'm going to keep filming and hopefully it won't distract you too much. For those of you who still use full-size Continental wallets like my mom, this is the one that I have from Prada. This fits very easily, as you can see, came right out of there. So if you have a larger wallet, it will fit very easily in this bag. So take that out. Then I've also got a little planner. This is my Hermes Ulysses notebook. And then this is my mini, my husband laughs at me for this, but it's my mini water bottle. I got this from Amazon. I love it. Sometimes I don't want to carry a huge, clunking, heavy water bottle. And this is just so cute. It's 4.4 fluid ounces. It's small. It's really easy to wash. And I feel like when I'm on the go, it's just perfect. And it fits so easily inside my handbags. So this goes in there. I've also got my little tape measure. I'll use this to measure some dimensions of the bag in a moment. This is an iPhone 13 Pro Max case. That fits easily. I've got some Toblerone chocolate snack in here. My LV coin purse with my earbuds inside. My hand lotion. Lip balm. Little wallet. I know I put the larger wallet in, but I also use this little wallet, so I want to show you. Then in these little compartments on the side, I have hand sanitizer, and I have a pack of gum, and then I have my keys. And there's also this right here, which I showed in my recent video. If you wanted to put your keys or something else hooked onto here, you could do that. And there is a zippered compartment here as well, which is very generous. And I have my passport in here if you wanted to travel with this bag. So all of that fits really easily. It's a very roomy bag, as you can see. And weight-wise, it's fairly light, I will say. You guys know I'm a stickler for weight. So this weighs 1 pound, 2.9 ounces. 1 pound, 2.9 ounces, which is, I think, pretty light for an all-leather bag. Oh, I will show you on the inside. It's all leather lined on the flap and the trims here, but inside the compartment, it is a matching black cotton lining, so you don't have to worry about your items scratching the leather on the inside. It is more of a fabric lining, if you can see. And then this is the back. Very soft, supple, plushy quilting, as you can see. And then you've got the 4 grommets, 2 on each side. So you can use this as a short shoulder bag. You can pull it through, wear it as a long shoulder bag, or as a crossbody. So I'll add some mod shots here. So I'm going to compare the Meniere Paris bag with my 2 Chanel bags here. This is the medium classic flap, and this is the jumbo single flap. But before I do that, I wanted to also use my tape measure to give you some approximate measurements here, because some of you said that the website wasn't very clear. Now, because this brand is quite old, I think their website really does need an overhaul, needs an updating, a refresh. But let me give you the dimensions here. So I'm going to say the length of this bag is approximately 11 inches. You can see that. The height of the bag is approximately 8 inches. And then the depth of the bag is approximately 3.5 inches, but I feel like there's give, so you can go up to 4 inches if you wanted to expand it and stuff it with more items like I did earlier. Okay, so I'm going to compare the medium classic flap, this is a vintage with a flattened lambskin, versus the Meniere Paris Archiduchess bag. And you can see that the Meniere is definitely bigger. It also has more compartments and has a wider depth. So if you're familiar with the classic flat medium size, hopefully this is helpful. So I don't know if you can see, but the Meniere Paris, the drop length is about 11.5 inches, whereas the Chanel Classic Flat Medium is about 9.5 inches, roughly. So there's 2 more inches on this one here, which gives a little bit more length. And then if you pull the chain all the way through, the Meniere Paris is about 19 inches in drop length, whereas the Medium Classic Flap from Chanel is about 16 inches. So that's about a 3-inch difference. So if you are taller, or you like to layer your clothes, or perhaps you have a larger chest maybe, then you want a little bit more generous length on the strap or the chain, this might be more comfortable. I'm about 5 feet 6 inches tall, but I've got a small frame and I've got like no chest. So this hangs a little long on me when I do one shoulder like this. It's okay crossbody, but it's a tad long, I will say, unless I layer. Here's the side-by-side with the jumbo. Now the jumbo is going to be heavier. It's closer to 2 pounds. And if you do the double flap jumbo, then it's going to be about 2.5 pounds, pretty heavy. Mine is a single flap, so we save a few ounces on the weight, but it is heavier than the Meniere Paris. The Archduchess, like I said before, is about 1 pound and 2.9 ounces. So it's much lighter. But here's what it looks like in terms of height, side by side. Here we go. Hopefully this is all helpful. In terms of chain length, I think the drop length on the jumbo is at least 1.5 inches longer, more generous, than the Archduchess. And then when you pull the chains through, the jumbo is much longer. It's at least a few inches longer. It hangs really low, like below my thigh, if I wear the jumbo crossbody, which I never do. And then one of you had asked me how the leather feels. I had mentioned earlier that it's very soft and supple. It's calf skin. It's really nice quality. Feels nice. Not too delicate. It's not as soft as lambskin, especially not as soft as vintage lambskin that's been, used and worn and the natural oils have come out and all of that. So it's different, as you can see. But I will say that this is probably similar to like the newer lambskin from Chanel, because the newer lambskin doesn't feel the same as vintage. But it's calfskin, not to be mistaken for lambskin. Here's a newer lambskin. This is the Chanel Mini, and in terms of like the texture or the feel, they're kind of similar. Again, lambskin's gonna be a little bit more soft and a little bit more delicate compared to calfskin. But I do think a good comparison is actually YSL calfskin, YSL leather. So this is calfskin, this is the Toy Lulu, but this is sort of, I don't want to say it was ruined, but I got it caught in the rain several times and it's gotten kind of wrinkly, and this bag is much older. Here the back is less wrinkly because I protected this with my body, whereas the rain got on the front. So I will say this is kind of similar, although the Meniere Paris quilting is softer. The leather is softer. And then there's sort of like a sheen to the YSL here. It's going to vary from bag to bag because the cut of the leather will be different. But the finish on the YSL is definitely more shiny. Some people say they like that. It has like a gloss. Some people say it looks plasticky. They don't like that. This has more of a softer look, as you can see. So hopefully that's helpful. I know it's hard to tell unless you feel it yourself, but I will say it is soft and supple. That's how I would describe this. I just think it's really cool that we're able to discover more and more brands that are definitely luxury and they've got the quality, but they're not all hyped up. And this brand has been around, like I said, since 1775. That's a really long time, way older than Chanel, for example. And pricing is not outrageous like the big, well-known luxury houses. Plus, there's a 10% off promo code that Meniere Paris has generously offered to my viewers. It is HELLO for 10% off. Some of you asked me when it will expire. I don't think it is set to expire. When it is, I will let you know. But for now, hopefully they'll keep it open-ended for at least through the end of this year. But hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to check the links down below for the Dossier perfumes that I featured. I am a huge fan of the brand and I'm so glad that I was able to partner with them on this video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.